Alright, should be live on everything now. I am exhausted. Just making sure that I'm live everywhere. There we go. Turning up my personal volume. Okay. I don't think I have any weeklies left. I have the Noras. Let's tackle the Noras as a warm up before we start stomping the Lich. So we should have 4 or 5 Noras to go. Let's start with the Laverian. The heck? Where is this? Why is this? It takes you to the store page now, if you go to the Laverian. Let's do Ash.
Tenno, I've been considering one of those new domestics. Would you recommend such a person?
That's a little scummy. I would more prefer to see like the Warframe page itself, or they have proper pages for the Warframes. So any inventory item for credits, sure, whatever, do that. Still some fish meat. Yum yum.
Well. Looks like.
Then here's the lengthy ones. I could do Citron stuff. We don't want to do Citron stuff. Can do lockers, Moby D. 3 Moby Ds is not bad. And then I have like 1 lengthy one left over. Okay, let's do Citron, I guess. Look at how extremely inefficient my Citron is. Or not my Citron, my Titania is. So you have to do, I'm gonna just do 4 rounds, because might as well. We'll set it to public. What was it? Mars? Tiana Pass. There we go. So the idea behind Tiana Pass is really cool and whatnot, but like, why? How do you transport the two? You know?
Tenno, the Corpus and Grineer seek to destroy 2 crystal formations so intertwined with void energy that a tunnel forever links them.
Why is everything so quiet? Is everything quiet on your guys' end?
Old war. Warframe made crystal caskets. Caskets for who? Belric and Rania. Mighty good genes they had, yes. Genes for the
Good enough.
smash the crystals. Take the genes, do the science. Like true men get
Well, first little bit, we gotta defend. Okay, we're at 13. It's okay. I can deal with a little bit of inefficiency. It doesn't have to be perfect. We got 18 crystals. Here's a group of them. I'm not hitting any headshots because Grenier heads are tiny. I probably will have a pretty high kill count, just not a high damage amount. Because enemies are so spread out. The funny thing about playing Titania is that you're essentially playing a tower defense game with how, like, you basically move and stop shooting.
Trouble
I don't know why they left.
through that void tunnel.
Maybe their connection was bad. Nice. I think the Citron grind needs a retouch. The numbers are really bad on it.
Others whose guardian warframe tried to save them by encasing
Because
them
it takes you hours to get Citron.
and the connection forged between them.
And not everyone has that time anymore. Let's see, how's my damage? It's still pretty high. Huh? Oh, it's up here. What? Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. Don't worry about me. Worry a little bit. Oh no, I don't... I hate Volt so much. It's just like, like, stupid, stuff that I have to keep up with, upkeep. Oh my god, stop. I hate bolts. Just spamming their nonsense. I'm already on a high speed frame. It's already hard enough to control. Oh, but Suraj, you can use the hobbled dragon key. It's like, I shouldn't have to. Like, there should be a 6 ability to, like, ignore, buffs. Or you should have a buff filter. And he's casting it so frequently. You know what, it would be nice if the base duration was just way longer. So that, like, I wouldn't have to constantly get rid of it.
My tube men are endless, Tenno. Are you?
Where's this one missing? So weird. It's whatever.
Belric the bold, Bronya the clever, a
Oh my god.
Forever.
Ah.
Never liked that rhyme. Garbage rhyme.
One fun thing is I'm definitely less jaded about streaming after, well, not have, like, basically my spare time is just so much more liquid now, I guess. Like there's not, or not liquid, but like there's so little of it that I got, you know. I need energy really badly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So a friend of mine said that ribbon slivers have become really rare. I'm not sure how true that is. I think I have almost ever, like, the only arcanes I'm missing are the arbitration arcanes, right? Those ones are a little bit of a pain to get. Oh my god, stop. I'm still doing a good chunk of the damage. Even when I'm constantly being inhibited. I'm just checking the map from time to time. You know, I should just do this. It's easier on my eyes. It's not okay. It looks ugly as sin to do this, but it's also like, well, I don't have to constantly look up to the top left side of the map. I can just look beside my crosshair.
Corpus forces are mounting an assault on the Venus crystal. Stop them.
I wish that they were a little bit, how do you say? I wish they contrasted a bit more with the area, because it's really hard to see sometimes. Where is this one? It's probably on top.
If either crystal is destroyed, the tunnel, their connection, collapses. Do not let that happen.
Yeah, I don't know about ribbon slivers and whether or not they're more or less common. We have a frost, we have a volt, we have a volley. Yeah, pick up energy again. That's a good chunk. With a volley, I shouldn't have any energy problems realistically. Because as long as she covers stuff in goop, well, she will generate energy orbs and health orbs. Or were they universal? Should be health and energy. It would be nice to have an exalted or a pseudo exalt as a subsumable helmet ability, but I think that would just make the game too easy for the devs liking. They like for my liking, I would love it. I would love it. I still wish the quantities of enemies was still higher. I think like we could drastically increase the amount of stuff on the map and just like give stuff that we need for tech attenuation. That way, like, it's a instead of it being an instant failure, if you miss one or two things, it's like, it's a bleed out over time of you failing. I think that's reasonable. The rate can only, like, one more. The rate at which you fail would increase up to only, up to a cap. But, like, it wouldn't be right away. This game mode's going a lot faster, at least at right now. I guess that's just, like, what happens when you're not in game brain, right? When you're in game brain, it's just way easier for you to take things for granted. Wait, I have, I have Rolling Guard. Rolling Guard's so good. I haven't seen a single Riven Sliver. I wonder, I need to check the patch notes to see if they changed it. Probably. We'll go to 4 just to see if we get the Citron piece. That was my damage. I lost a little bit of it. Honestly surprised that I'm still top damage. Oh my god. This Volt is obsessed with giving everyone speed. I appreciate the Gusto, but I am a Titania with Razoring Blitz. It's very hard to you know, justify me doing any of that or receiving any of that. I'm already having enough trouble flying around. Where's the one underground? Someone got it. It's whatever. I think this is one of my favorite builds. It might not even be maxed out yet. It might be, because with the Noko missions, you can get the arcanes from Noko. I forgot about that. What round are we on? We're on round 3, right? I don't know if I want to stick around for much longer. Grab that. Oh, it's underneath this time. Interesting. Nice. I'm slowly bleeding percentage. But that's because, like, I imagine it's Folly. Because Folly's damage scales over time, where mine doesn't. I don't think there's a way, right now, there isn't a way to give yourself the ability to scale over time, the same way that Frames with it can. So, like, eventually Zaku is going to Zaku, Rhino, and Folly are gonna outright just be better at light level cap. This is an early Dudama, who's it, right? Angst. My god, stop. Why? He ran into Mr. Bubble. That's my assumption. I'm not even trying to grab everything or be hyper efficient with it. I'm just trying to take off this stupid volt off every single time it comes up. You can do that by rolling backwards. Just aim, you press sprint or tap sprint. It's a little annoying. Might as well. Might as well finish it off. It might as well be 4 rounds at this point, because like if you're here for 3, you're gonna be here for 4, right? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so a bunch of my damage and stuff. My efficiency's gone. That's the main thing. My efficiency's gone for a little while. He'll come back. We have 3 frames of defensive abilities. Well, technically, Titania has a defensive ability. That's so inconsistent, it requires there to be an enemy that you can CC. It's a little bit silly. I do love Lantern, though. Yeah, slowly slipping in damage. Still I don't think we've gotten a single Ribbon Sliver, though. I guess they're supposed they increase the rarity with how valuable it is. I get it. But like, also I don't, because you don't have infinite purchases of the ribbon shop. It's weird. Why is my duration on Zataz Whisper so long? It'd be nice if the Tauron stuff gave me some, like, infinite stacking, infinite scaling, or like, at least increased scaling over time. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. Like 0.05% for 100 kills or something like that. Just to make it feel, you know, a little bit better. to play in an infinite mission. Because there's really very little incentive to do infinite missions. If you're doing like void cascades, that's another thing, because like you get scaling rewards. But at a certain point you don't need any more affinity. It could be nice for resources, I guess. Violence. I want to stay far away from violence. Why me? I don't want to set up all over again. I guess I should have just used my tower on strike. I remember when this map was the old Xeni, and how, like, back then Vobin was just released, right? So this was the best farming map. And, oh, I got a Revenant Sliver. Finally, they exist. The drop chances are so low. Basically, Vobin didn't have a cap on Bastille before. Like, they could have I think 4 Bastilles. But then, oh, hello, normal user. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so... Anyways, basically, it was an infested map before, and we got mad at our friend who wanted to play Vobin, who wasn't, like, actually defending the point at all. Hey, normal user, how's your weekend going? I got 4 ribbon slivers. Ah, that's not bad. That's not bad. They're just not popping up on screen as often, I guess. We got a good number of thingamajigos. Okay. What did I get there? Arcane Barrier? Arcane Barrier, okay. That's like 100 plat right there. Syndicate missions, Moby D's, blockers, okay. Let's do mobile defenses, I guess. And then, I don't know. Let's just use Ignis Wraith. You know, let's just take a chill. Let's go upgrade my doggo. Okay, do you have... I need... let's see, locker? Scavenger. 90% chance to pry open a thingamajigos. We can drop this, do this, because I don't think my dogs stay alive anyway. Wait, no, I'm using it for seismic. Oh. Unleashed. We can drop this for now, I guess. You know, I have so many Forma, I might as well just Forma my dog. Feels like a little bit of a waste though. Oh, it doesn't gotta be complex. You want me to like what you're seeing is like the late end game, right? Like end game. So of course it's going to be a little overwhelming, but when you start the game out, it's going to be a lot simpler for sure. And if you need any help, like understanding anything, just let me know, okay? Because I can like I've done the new player experience four or five times at this point, so it's not an issue for me. Spy. Ooh. Oh, it's defection still. It hasn't changed. Uh, the funny thing is, I could technically do 2 sorties per like on a stream. Let's see. So I want to break open lockers and I want to do mobile defense. The best thing would be is if there was a mobile defense on this map. There isn't, which is unfortunate. It's okay. This is not the type of mobile defense that I want to do. It's whatever. I wonder if these count. But it's also... okay, let's see. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Invasion, syndicate. Do any of you have mobile defense? I'm just trying to kill as many birds with 1 stone as possible. Gonna avoid survival, exterminate, sabotage, rescue, defense. Sure, we'll do this. It's gonna reset soon. Might as well. But anyways, for the most part, if you're just starting out, I think they do a good job at like starting with the bare basics and just very slowly drip feeding things to you. I would appreciate it being a little bit more natural, but that's a writing issue, less so a gameplay issue. I have. Oh, there should be lockers back here, right? Because that's what I'm looking for, are lockers. There are very few lockers. Where's my dog? Doggo? Okay. Doggo doesn't want to unlock lockers for me. Thank you, Doggo. No, that's perfectly fine. Some people find it a turn off that it's so complicated out the gate, so figured I'd offer. I think there's a game or there's a video, a couple videos out there on YouTube that's like, let's confuse some new players. Like it's Warframe, but every 5 minutes the game mode changes. Because like you can do so much in Warframe. It's crazy that how much they're able to fit in to a about what was it, 50 gigabytes worth of memory space. Thank you, Doggo. I should do some spies. I think that'll be nice too. Come on, Doggo. Okay, my My doggo does not want to cooperate, and that's okay. They are sinless. They are dogs. I do think one of the more difficult things about adding new content is making it accessible to newer players, but also giving it enough depth for it to be meaningful for late game players. I think one of the problems I run into a lot with live service games is that I feel like they don't give me enough reason to actually play the game, you know? The outside of like just doing your dailies and whatnot. I think I'm at that point with Warframe to a small extent. It's just like I don't know where to go. And I'm not the most self-motivated to, you know, find the next thing to do. I don't know. I don't know if that's a problem or not. I mean, clearly I've still been... I want to play Warframe because I've been playing Warframe for how long now? But like with live service games, like I think this is the biggest thing that Helldivers is suffering from, right? Is that like skilled and or high level players and non high level players alike, they don't other than chasing war bonds, they don't. There's no reason to like chase the game, right? There's no reason to play the game outside of like, you know, participation, and it's kind of crummy. It doesn't feel good. Especially since like for me, like Helldivers 2 I think is a wonderfully executed the gameplay is wonderfully executed. It's the systems in place and the devs incoherence that's causing the biggest problems. Because I like A, I don't have a reason to play the game. B, the devs keep nerfing everything that I enjoy using, right? Whether or not it's strong. Like sometimes it's the flamethrowers that get nerfed, even though flamethrowers are probably one of the worst class of weapons in the game. For the amount of risk. And then the biggest thing for me is like, sure, I'm a grunt soldier, right? But I don't feel like my operations have a meaningful impact on the game, right? Because like, in order for an operation to be a major operation to be successful, the community needs to complete millions and millions and millions of campaigns, right? And like, yeah, I want to do my part, but I also want to see a little bar move up whenever I do something, right? I think what needs to happen is major operations or sub operations should move along really fast. I think planets should be much faster to capture. It shouldn't be this long slog. Because can you think of like millions of successful military operations like happening planet wide and like you still not having the planet? It's kind of silly. But anyways, don't worry about it. I don't know, if I get sufficiently big I might play some more Helldivers, but right now I'm just trying to grow the channel, so I'll focus on Warframe for the time being, because YouTube really likes it when I stream Warframe, when I play Warframe. I just need to start putting out some Warframe shorts, that's all. Oh god, opening up these lockers is gonna give me an aneurysm. Yeah, YouTube only recently gave up on trying to push my Warframe stuff, so I'm like, and my time is so limited, I don't have time to experiment anymore. If I do come up with other videos, I'll put it on separate channels, but for the time being, yeah. it's a balancing thing. It's because like there are things that I want to play on stream that I shouldn't because it hurts my channel, and then there are things that like help my channel grow that I don't want to do, which I really should be. I should probably update my like video graphics and whatnot, like the images on my screen and whatnot. At least on the Twitch side, interactivity, all that's really important. I just don't want to set all that up. I feel like it's all gimmicks and trying to nickel and dime viewers. But like some people really appreciate having things to interact with. Open the dog. Open the thing, dog. Open it. Be a good dog. Come on. Here, I have an idea. I have an idea. So if I hack this should open every locker in a reasonable vicinity because of a mod that I have. Not like out of game mod, but mods are something that you can get in game for certain items. There we go. Because I'm also trying to open all these lockers while I'm doing these syndicate missions. They're not challenging, they're just something that, you know, the game wants me to do. And I'll eventually get them all. I just need to pay attention to the lockers and whether or not I've hit them or not. For me, this is still a relative... I know this tile set has been in the game for like over like 5 years now, but it's still relatively new to me. I as a new player, I don't recommend helping those guys. They're super not worth it. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Like, it's interesting. There's a couple of very interesting aspects about how Warframe is managed, because they want to introduce new and exciting content and not overwhelm new players, but also add something meaningful for older players to play. So they're always adding new game modes and things like that, because that stuff is like something that you can pick up and play and learn. They still haven't figured out how they want to handle what, dog, please. They still haven't figured out how they want to handle peripherals. So, for instance, you can get a bunch of vehicles in the game, but modding them is a pain in the butt, and you're expected to use it in the content that you find it, which tends to be much higher level than you're used to. Okay, so for instance, so you're asking about like what is difficult for new players to handle, right? Okay, so I'm going to be very, very like big scaled with this, so that it's easier for everyone to manage. Nice. So if we're talking about like making your warframes as strong as possible, there are let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 systems in place. Well, six systems in place, I think. And then there are some other seven. Let's do seven main systems. Okay. So let's 8 maybe. Okay. So let's start with a simple thing, right? So first things first. system number 1 is your decision on what warframe to have, right? So that's choice number 1, right? That's the bare minimum. That's the simplest thing. They will always have 4 or 5 abilities, including a passive that almost no one thinks about. Okay. That's so number 2 is your weapons, right? Your weapons can all have different modifiers to them. Okay. And there are other things that you can like modify as well, not just your weapons. So this will your weapons will decide how your gunplay feels, how your melee play feels, all of that, you know. And those themselves have different systems, but we're just talking about buffing warframes at the moment. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the mods. So these are items that you can find while you're playing the game. These all have specific effects. Some of them are unique, some of them aren't unique, right? But at the end of the day, what they're here for is to improve your stats, right? There are some things that aren't listed here, like casting speed and other things, but ultimately, depending on the warframe that you've chosen, and the way that you want to play, you want to improve different stats, right? So for instance, if you want to make sure your abilities do their thing more, strongly, right? If you want them to do more damage, if you want them to slow more, if you want them to give bigger buffs to your allies, you want strength. There are some abilities that do not list that they are modified by other things, but we're not going to worry about those, okay? Most of the time it's armor that buffs other that's used, but sometimes like it's very rare, very rare. You don't have to worry about that. In fact, I think there's only 2 warframes that do it, maybe 3. If you want range is obvious. Like if you want to affect more things with an AoE, you make the AoE bigger. If you now almost every ability in the game has a cost, right? And that normally translates into energy. There are some warframes that translate differently, but for the most part, all abilities have some kind of cost. It's a casting time and a energy cost. Efficiency will modify this. A lot of the time, when you're first starting out, the way that you're playing the game, you probably want more efficiency than less. But as you become more and more powerful, you will want to use certain things that basically like blind rage, right? That decrease your efficiency but give you so much strength. Yeah. Now the number of mods that you can put into a warframe, the maximum limit, with the exception of 1, is 8, right? So 1 aura mod, which gives you a positive polarity, and I'll explain that in a moment. 8 standard mods and 1 Exilis mod. As a new player, you'll almost never encounter a reason you want to use Exilis mods. Exilis mods go in this slot up here, and they basically give you an overall it's not necessarily meaningful bonus. It almost never will give you meaningful changes to your damage, range, duration, or efficiency. But it's if you want to push the numbers a little bit. So you can see that there's a little number at the top right of every mod. That's their polarity cost. And this is your capacity for polarity, right? So depending on your account level and depending on the warframe level, capping out with the warframe level, right? One replaces the other at some point. You can use this number, right? You basically every mod you put in drains your capacity, and the more capacity that you have, the more powerful the mods you want can be. You can also use something called an Oracle Catalyst or Reactor. This is a Reactor to double your capacity, and that is another subsystem. Don't worry about it. You can get reactors for free. Essentially, you can get these for free. You don't have to worry about it. So the reason why I made sure to mention aura slots separately is because they do the opposite. Aura slots will always give you more capacity, right? So I cap out at 60 capacity normally, right? But with an aura slot, if I have a matching aura thingamahoosit, I can have up to 18, I think, depending on the aura. There are 2 auras, so Power Donation is one of them. So you can see that it added 4 capacity, right? That's because this symbol up here technically matches the symbol up here. The symbol, it matches everything, so that's why it's like that. But so it will give me 5. Oh, so if it has a polarity of 7, right? If it doesn't match, it'll give me 5. If there's no polarity, it'll give me 7, and if it matches the polarity, it'll give me 14. So that's system number 3. All of that is system number 3, the mods. System number 4 are the arcanes. Now you will probably not encounter arcanes anywhere in the base game, but they each add a unique modifier to your warframe. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like these arcanes down here are bad. They almost never are worth using, which is why I don't have them. If I wanted to finish my collection, I should probably have them, but that's besides the point. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but they all apply a unique effect that is not found on any mods. Some of them are passive, some of them are active. Some of them make you stronger, some of them give you an effect, right? For instance, Arcane Barrier, there is a 6% chance when you're getting shot to have all of your shields instantly restored to full, right? That's a passive ability that gives you an effect. Arcane Escapist, if you perform a Mercy Kill, which is a special type of finisher move, up on 3 enemies, you give yourself an instant revive, which, has an active and a passive component. The most expensive mod in the game, or arcane in the game right now, is Arcane Hotshot. Basically, whenever you do fire damage with your abilities, you get more critical chances, Anyways, lots of different unique effects. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see that they all have some kind of condition to them. That gives you extra bonuses. Okay, so that's... we covered warframes, we covered weapons, we covered mods. We covered arcanes. That's 4. I'm gonna keep count pets and vehicles as like part of the weapons category, but okay. So I'm splitting this into 2 different systems. So this is your focus school. I'm not going to spoil on how you get it. You will get it by playing the game naturally. But this will modify how your warframe works to some degree. Not in a major degree, but it gives you extra gameplay modifiers, right? It'll give you up to 2 extra abilities. You can unlock a 3rd one with a lot of grinding, but don't worry about it. For instance, this one can give you a shield, and also make your warframe invulnerable, and also, CC enemies. All of these schools have some kind of benefit. This one if for melee, this one for pure damage, this one if you want to activate defensive stuff, this one if you want to have a little bit of everything, or aura, and or squad range, sorry. And this one is basically is the nicest one to have early on because it gives you a lot of free energy, right? Free energy. So that's number 5. I'm going to keep that very, very tight-lipped because there's a lot of spoilers involved. Number 6 here will be something that was very recently added, is an ultimate ability. These will have varying effects on your Warframe for 30 seconds after using them. That I'm going to leave that alone for now because it's very spoiler heavy. So that's number 5, 6. We'll say 5.5. Okay, next one. So you're probably thinking, okay, the Warframe has 5 abilities. Well, 1 passive and 4 active. I can keep the last one. Okay. I'll finish my explanation, but like this is 5.5 and then this is 6. You have 4 active abilities, but what if you don't like one of them? All right. Thanks for hopping by, Normal. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Anyways, ta-ta for now. So anyways, you can see why it can be overwhelming. If you have 4 abilities, you don't like one, you can replace one. And then Archon shards, and then all of that stuff. There's so many, like, it gets complicated. It gets complicated for new players. That's all I'm trying to get at. And I'm not trying to scare any new players off, right? You'll learn all of these as you go. So I still need to do more of these, and then I'm gonna deal with a... these are going to reset very soon, so let's get through them as fast as I can. We'll do Sabotage and Rescue. Anyways, yeah, like, there's so many interlocking systems in Warframe, and none of them are complicated by themselves. It's just that there's the number of them makes them complicated, if you feel me.
You certainly have an eye for strategic targets. Ordis has marked key infrastructure for demolition. Get in there and kick access the facility.
So I need to complete 3 mobile defenses. Not looking really forward to that, but like during the Lich hunt, it should be something.
Render them non-functional.
That'll be happening. Why is it always Jupiter Sabotage?
Processors are key to the operation of this facility's reactor cores. It would be a shame if something happened to them. Most efficient operator. Ordis has located the next bank.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that there are lots of different ways to play the game.
These elemental
And a lot of people, especially in the later portions of the experience, they just do fashion framing, right? They only need to get as strong as they need to. What am I missing? There we go. Then just use that strength to get more fashion. It's not my biggest thing. Not my favorite thing to do. I do enjoy fashion, it's just that I'm not fashion oriented. If that makes sense. So I'm pretty sure chat has seen this game mode a few times now. Basically, you're trying to ruin the reactor. And the only thing you really need to do is once you start defending the reactor thing, you want to keep these bubble guys away. And that's it. That's literally it. Everything else can stay alive, it's just these bubble guys. So I'm just making laps. Oh, lots of bubbles. I think if I really cared about efficiency, I would just play Bobin and make sure that enemies couldn't get spawn, you know? That's realistically all you need to worry about. Okay, let's get going.
Success! Core melt initiated. In a few brief moments, this facility will cease to exist. May orders
I wonder what they're gonna do with the new Railjack stuff, though. I wonder if there's gonna be any new Railjack content. I hope it's not just like, oh, here's 3 new maps. I want like a small expansion of Railjack. I'm not asking for a new ship or anything, but it'd be nice. Let's finish off this rescue, and then we'll wait for the next set of stuff to show up. We'll start doing the Lich hunt until I find a mobile D.
Your calculated survival probability is encouraging. Good luck.
It's been so long since
Is a rescue mission
I've done
to find and liberate
some of the side quests in this game. I've done the main quests quite a few times. I still think that some of them should get taken out because I don't agree with their relevance. For instance, Once Awake. I still think Once Awake is a bad quest. Shouldn't be there. I think that the Kome stuff, the base Kome stuff, should be cheaper. At least for the first Kome you make. Because she's a really obnoxiously long grind for the first one of the first warframes you encounter.
the hostage is almost out of time. Hurry.
I feel like doing a little bit of karaoke today. I want to sing some trolley songs. Very trolley songs. A catchy song that's been stuck in my head for a little while is Don't Touch My Clogs by OCT. That's a funny song. I have the humor of a 5th grader. It's okay. That's alright.
The captive has been secured. You've done your part, Tenno. We'll take it from here.
I don't know. Once the community grows a little bit more, at least on this channel, I'll definitely be thinking about streaming other games. Because there's a lot of games I do want to play on stream. 100%. It's just that it's not tenable right now if growth is my main priority. Okay, let's start hunting liches.
Somebody plant a flag.
So lich hunts are generally split into 2 different mission types. It's the ones you want to complete fast and the ones you want to complete slow. Like these are want to complete, you know. For instance, rescue, spies, exterminates. I imagine you want to complete relatively quick because it's important to get through enough of them as fast as you can, just so your Lich is angry, right? Your Lich isn't gonna show up unless they're angry. Why is the Requiem Murmur symbol so tiny? My UI's not that small, right? This is a rescue, so... regardless of the mission type, though, I do want to be stabbing the, red marked enemies. Because, each one I stab will also make, the Lich a little bit more upsetty spaghetti. Requiem Eterna, nice. Why is the... Oh, did they increase the speed at which I get stuff? Because that was really fast so far. Like, I'm already at an 8th. Normally it takes much longer. I think this will get me to... I don't know. It feels faster. Which is a little shitty, considering how much, grinding I had to do to discover things for, which we call it, my weaker accounts Lich. So this should be a quarter? Yeah, it's a lot faster, Jesus. Yeah, for the most part, just there's a lot of frames that I want to build, and there's certain requirements that like it takes for me to enjoy a warframe. Not all of them are going to be the same as everyone else's. For instance, like they gotta be a little like easy to plug and play, unless they are a specific type of warframe that's like, you know. It's fun for me to play as, what was it? Feast or Famine. There's very few frames I want to Feast and Famine with. It feels bad killing my Lich. I like him so much. Big fan. I haven't used the Torrid in a while. It was my favorite. It's still one of my favorite weapons. It's just that, like, there's so many people using it. Like, the biggest... Well, it's also, like, it's kind of samey after a while, too. But I should have something that can deal with the Lich relatively smoothly. Do capture. Yeah. It gets samey after a while to use the Torrid. I don't know why. Like, it's because it has some annoying limitations that I just don't want to deal with. I think that's reasonable. Are you done burning it?
Mission complete. The captain has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Yeah, this is progressing so much faster. Liches are so much less of a pain in the booty. Still a pain in the booty. So the reason why, normally I don't kill everything on the map, and the biggest reason why I'm doing so right now is because I want to encourage the game to spawn new enemies. And by encouraging them to spawn new enemies, like, I get more chances to stab things, right? I'm already at 50%. This is so much faster. Holy. I believe up to 10 of these guys can spawn a mission, so that'll be nice to just learn everything I need. I'm not dealing with him, or I'm not killing him right away. Because he can create more information. Well, okay, this freezing me is a little obnoxious. Here, let's do the same thing back to you. You know what? I should have had a different set of mods installed. It's okay. I forgot about Requiem mods. I'll just send him away for now. Normally I would just stab him, but I don't have I'm just being dumb. That's all. Like I forgot to install my Ool, which is basically a free stab. For, no information gain, but it's a free stab. It's really rare for the Lich to show up on the second mission, though. I think I'm gonna kill my Lich. It's a little sad, but I do want to get both the ephemera and his weapon. Like, I don't have infinite time, right? So we already met face to face. You got wrecked. Okay, let's get rid of all these. Let's do Requiem. So let's do Ool, Lock, Baz. I'm running short, but I also have Platinum, so it's less of a big deal.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Yeah, I'm really bad at building weapons a lot of the time, though. Weapons almost never perform the way that I want them to. I think the rate at which enemies spawn and exterminates are fine. I think it's just the number that spawn is the problem, right? It's just like the game is constantly checking to see if it should spawn things in Exterminate, but like it also has like a severely reduced number of enemies that can spawn. So let's say if on the screen can only be 100 enemies at a time, on an Exterminate it's like 20. It honestly feels like that's the ratio. And it's arbitrarily decided or something like that. It's really, really nice. It's really nice. This is a breath of fresh air. I was not expecting that. I was expecting this to be a long, long slog. Oh, and he's up and about too. Sure, I'll stab you. We'll stab this guy first. See if I can get a little bit more information out of him. Let's spook him a little bit. So that should give me a bunch of information. Yeah, they're invading a lot earlier now. It's nice. It's nice. Still want to get the Xmas units where I can. Okay. How much more information do I need? I mean, I'm already started on the next one, that's good. Yeah, it's a lot faster now. It's a lot faster. Normally it'd take a lot longer to get to this point, maybe an hour. I've only been at it for like 20 minutes. It's gonna take a while for me to run out of ribbon slivers, even if with how little I play. Jahoo. Oh, I'll put a lock in, like over there. Who knows? There's a chance that I could be correct, serendipitously.
You can't kill me if you keep hitting me in the bits I've had replaced.
This guy's so funny. I really don't want to kill him, but I think for the sake of everyone and their sanity, I should probably should. Oh man, this is a decision. This is a decision. I kind of want to just have him around as a prize, you know? But then let's see how fast this grind goes, I guess.
Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
Because it'd be cool just to have him as a friend,
This will only get more difficult.
considering he's so
Get to a terminal.
perfect.
Prepare for any resistance.
And if he is going to be my friend, I think I'm just going to rank him up to level 5. At that point. I don't know, what do you guys think? What am I doing? This is not Exterminate. My brain is just cloudy. I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, they drastically reduced the number of stabs, at least for the first two. I don't know about the last one. The last one tends to be the lengthiest, at least for sisters. So we're at 25%, roughly. The reason I'm doing Moby Ds is because I need to do Moby Ds. Not any other reason beyond that. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I imagine most people are pretty busy on Sunday. I don't know if Sunday is a good spot to stream for me.
We are finished here. Move on.
Just experimenting. Also, people aren't expecting me to be streaming on Sunday, so same with YouTube. YouTube's not expecting me to stream on Sunday. I just felt like streaming. That's really all that it boils down to. How many more do I need? Okay, it slowed down drastically. Yeah, it's not moving at all anymore. That's really unfortunate. At least the first one you get right away. Just gonna wait for everyone to run up at me. I feel like to a certain degree you should get a pretty big, a decent chunk for just completing a mission on these nodes. And stabbing the dudes gives you a little extra. So the main thing is completing the mission. I don't know.
Area
It's an interesting conundrum. Because it's definitely slowed down. Like 100% slowed down. I think it's fine if it's split up like this. I think it'd just be more difficult for first-time Lich Hunters. Because, like, that means the third one is going to be really, really slow. Or the same speed as this one. Which is really, really slow. I don't think it's affected by mission type. Is it affected by Warframe type, perhaps? Maybe Revenant just makes it go by really slow. I'll change back to Wukong and see if there's a difference. So that means but it also feels like it was faster on Earth. I don't know. Do I hunt my Lich? Or do I kill my Lich, or do I keep my Lich? Because I don't want to sell him. It's not worth selling. But it means if I kill him, I don't need to ever farm another. So yeah, I never need to farm another one of these weapons ever if I like it. Oh, they're not spawning anymore, it feels like. Yeah, just a little brain dead. Just a lot of brain fog. Gorgon blueprint. I wish the Gorgon was better. It used to be better. But, you know, power creep, all that stuff. I think this is the first ice progenitor I've ever made too. You'd think that Titania would be radiation though. It's interesting. So did that count?
Shall we?
Yes, yes it did count. So these have reset. We'll just do a capture mission really quick. Let's just get this over with. And now since I'm not defending anything, I'm just gonna swap back to Wukong. I don't traditionally play a lot of Wukong because, you know, the only reason a lot of people play the guy is just to
Bind them and capture them.
be super passive and not play the game.
Will you help us, Tibble? And our cause?
Though I do think to a certain point, like, after you've played enough of the game, you should have a choice of whether or not you want to keep playing. Like, how you play the game and how you not play the game should be entirely up to you. But you should be filtering yourself at that point.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
I feel like the older I get, it becomes easier to do this stuff. Like, it becomes easier just to relax in certain aspects. But that's a me thing, right? Like, that might not be the case for everyone. Because some people are like hyper Karens, right?
Job well executed.
Or hyper competitive, and they never stop being their worst selves. I don't know if it's a part of them not understanding that that's what makes them toxic, or the mentality that if you can't handle me at my worst, you can't have me at my best, or you don't deserve me at my best kind of situation, which is a different kind of toxic mentality. I don't know, yeah, you can tell by the number of nodes too. Swap to this guy. Do the spy. So there's not very many right ways to do stabbing orders. So at very worst case, like, my Lich will be level 5. If he makes it to level 5, then I'm gonna keep him alive. That's what I'm gonna do. If I catch him earlier than that, then he doesn't deserve to live. That's what I'm gonna say. Because this Lich is almost, like, really, really close to perfect. Well, he is perfect. He's perfect stats. He has a good personality. It's not creepy as shit. Yeah, but then, like, if I don't keep it, if I do keep him, then I have to farm him again, or farm this weapon again. I don't want to do that. I really don't. And the ephemera. I feel like it's honestly a big waste of my time. My main priority is getting the weapon. Because, like, in all honesty, like, what? I'm going to keep him for bragging rights? He's just going to be a trophy? Because I'm never going to use him? Because he has a terrible weapon. Like, if it was a Kuba Brahma, I'd keep him, right? Or an Ogress, even. But it's a ghoul saw. But it'd be really funny, though. It'd be really, really funny. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm at 50% after 2 missions. It's not bad. It's still better pace than before. Decisions. Yeah, sorry for the silence. I'm just pondering what I should do. I mean, I got a full Ivara from all the Spider-Mans. Jesus. Yeah, I'm just having some decision paralysis right now. I mean, we don't have to conquer him right now. Hello, Alex. Welcome, welcome. I'm just having some decision paralysis right now with something in Warframe. Sure, we'll do Sabotage. Sabotage should be nice and fast. How's your weekend going?
Your target is the system mainframe. Deliver the payload.
Still stabbing these guys. So this is the 3rd mission. So each mission seems to get me about a quarter. Oh, where'd he go? There you go.
We need to destroy the reactor.
Oh, okay, that's good. I almost never upgrade my phone unless I have to. The last one almost exploded before I upgraded. Or updated. You know. Because, like, they no longer made batteries for the phone that I was using. I was a little bit annoyed, but, like, I'm happy with the one I have now. I don't like the trend where they're just like, oh, you don't need a headphone jack. What, you think the game's supposed, or the things that we make are supposed to be convenient for you? It's just like, that's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, this is just planned obsolescence in a nutshell. Oh, no, I just left it charging, like, constantly, so the lithium-ion battery was expanding constantly. Hopefully, in the future where solid-state batteries are a thing, that'll be less of a problem. I don't like the slam attack nerf. Slam attack nerf is bad. Like it's just annoying. Like it's unnecessary like hardware limitations. That's all that it is. Like it's just like, oh, you gotta buy Bluetooth headphones now. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to use Bluetooth. I don't even want to use Bluetooth in my own vehicle. Well, why would I want to unnecessarily use Bluetooth on everything?
Operating in my sector, friend.
Take it to the tip. What does it mean by take it to the tip? Is that a shop name or something, or is it like put it to the sword, you know, kind of thing? You're gonna make sure it can never start up again. Another mobile defense? Sure, why not? Worst case scenario is the guys start spawning and
This is a mobile defense mission.
endangers everything.
And defend a number of locations while I break into the network.
Best case scenario,
Be prepared for heavy
like he spawns between defense targets. If he spawns at all. Because currently I still have 0 information.
We have got to find a
Oh, okay, yeah. I need to... I want to just throw my batteries out. Because they're slowly starting to pile up in a tub in my room. Like, I'm tempted just to toss them in the bin, but I'm you know, I'm a responsible individual. I feel like taking them to the proper disposal sites would be appreciated, you know. But it's such a minor thing. The likelihood of them catching fire is so low. It'd be nice if we could have like perfected solid state batteries where there's no battery degradation, but like that requires some kind of self-repair. And modern self-repair technology is like really silly. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm on fire. Alright, so we got 2 missions left, I think, after this. Before we find out the next piece of big info. Where am I? I'm super lost. Oh, there. I don't think I've ever seen this path before. Or at least it's very rare. I'm sorry if I sound a little low energy today. I just, I stayed up a little bit too long last night. I think like it's so scummy that YouTube's just like, oh, this simple thing like being able to play YouTube on like in the background while you're using your mobile device Like this simple feature that almost everything else has. Nah, it's behind paywall. I think it's like super duper scummy that YouTube's just like, hey, um, like these basic features that we've had for years, you don't we're not letting you have them. I do want as much information as I can right this second. Do I stab him? I should probably stab him. Alright, information time. Oh, we know what's in the second slot. Yeah, there's almost a 0% chance that that last one was gonna work out. Yeah, so the decision I'm currently stuck on is whether or not I want to ally this Lich that I'm hunting. Because he has perfect stats. He's perfect on almost everything. Or he actually is perfect on everything. I have no intention to ever sell him. So it's just for sentimental things. But the thing is, if I kill him, I never have to farm this weapon ever again. If I keep him, then I have to farm the weapon again, and I have to farm his special ephemera again. Which is all RNG. So, what do you think I should do? I'm probably not going to come down to a decision right now. I'll probably come to a decision on it like next week when I have built some distance between me, him, and the game. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, basically, it's like there's a little bit of sentimentality mixed in with the fact that he has perfect stats and has a great personality. But it's also like, I want the weapon, and I want to not have to farm the weapon. Because as it is now, I will never have to farm another one of these weapons ever again. But there's a good chance that I'll have to farm 5 of these weapons next time around, and my time's just way too valuable. I'm leaning very close to just killing him, though.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
Okay, so currently I'm of the mind of if he makes it to maximum level, then I'm keeping him alive. But if he doesn't deserve to stay alive, I think. Oh no, my brain is like low energy. I'm probably gonna hop off pretty soon myself. Hang on, just launching Discord in the background. Basically, do I want to keep it or do I want to leave it? That's basically all there is to it. Or keep him, or do I want him or do I want the weapon? That's it. Survival. I don't want to do. What is this? Sabotage. Capture. Survival. Spy. Spy. Exterminate. Rescue. Interception. Let's do the spies. Nope. Spy. There we go. Yeah, I think after stream I'm going to take a nap and start work on the game again.
You are here to data vaults and retrieve highly sensitive enemy.
It's kind of weird because I don't like like, I'll keep starting from scratch with my games because I don't like reading through my old documentation. I don't like figuring out my old code, which I think is more problematic. Like, it's more so because like I don't have very good version control right now. Like, I can do it, it's just late. Like, it's just perceived effort, you know? I'm gonna... Oh, I'm not even moving very quick anymore. I'm just... low energy. Low brain. Head empty, no thoughts, so to speak. Oh yeah, me too. Me too. It's I don't know. I think I always have this like mentality that no matter what, I'm going to be able to remember what I'm remembering right in this instant when like I have countless examples of the opposite, you know? Of me completely forgetting the thing I swore I would remember because how hard could it be? I don't know if you know what I mean though. That's why I started documenting so much stuff at work, because like I'm going to be handling so many projects that at some point that I'm going to just not, it'll be impossible for me to remember everything. I don't know. Like the ultimate goal in my life is not like, and it's not going to be anything big. It's just not to have to work a 9 to 5. You know, I want that to be optional in my life. And I don't think that's a bad thing. So I'm going to work on this game and a couple of other games, and continue streaming, all in the hopes that one of these things would eventually work out. Oh yeah, no, 100%, Alex. 100%. I'm a complete agreement. Like that's one of the reasons why I keep rewriting my code in Godot, is because like I'm just like there's a better way to do it now. But I think that's also like hamstringing yourself, right? Oh, that was the synthesis target.
Killing goes too far. Have I been unclear? I think I have something of yours.
Oh wait, I know the last, I know the second to last one, right? So I should probably change my stuff really quick. So let's see, what level is he? He's level 3. So I have a 50-50. He's guaranteed to die next stab. or yeah, well, I'll be guaranteed to know what the order of things are next step. Oh no, he's dead. He's dead. I just know. Well, too bad, so sad, I guess, for him. I'll come to a decision like Saturday. But for the most part he's doomed this mission.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
My brain, I can feel my brain chugging.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands.
You feeling ready? You feeling nervous? Like, is your goal to pass, or is your goal to get as high a grade as possible? Because, like, if your goal is to pass, what's your margin of error? Eternal relics aren't a bad thing to come across. Let's see, how long have I been streaming for today? About 2 hours. Essentially took an hour to get to this point. It's not bad. But like, I also am like, got really lucky because I don't need to do my third stab. Or like I got lucky because like I guessed the thing that I needed to do. You can tell my brain is barely functioning. As in, you're gonna fail no matter what? No saving you, or... hang on. You are not ready for computing. You know you're gonna be fine. You nearly got full marks in the coursework, and you get A to A star in class. Okay. Okay, I've gotten everything from Nora, right? This week? No, I still want one more Moby D. I thought I did this spy already. Didn't I do this spy already? I felt like I did this capture already. Am I going crazy? I'm gonna do this mobile defense because I gotta. Okay. Alright, random question. Because I feel like this is... Like, I find, like, different people have different... Like, different generations and different folk have very different opinions on this stuff. But, like, what is your thought on being taught poetry in class, and what's your thought on classical poetry? Like, I don't like the slam poetry and that nonsense. That's not actually poetry, in my opinion. Poetry requires structure.
This will only get more difficult. Get to a terminal and prepare for enemy resistance.
Because, like, I don't know. I find that a lot of people don't like, especially younger folk don't like poetry as much. At least North Americans. Are those thumpers? They look kind of like thumpers. I think there's a lot of value to being able to understand that art has a different perception depending on the perspective you're taking and the kind of person you are. And it's good. It's a really, really nice way to see the perspective of another person without needing to actually have a long, in-depth conversation with them. But like some people are just like, oh, how are you supposed to infer that? Like, none of that information is given to you. Like, that's fair, but it's also like there's a creative process to it, right? It's like if if you're enjoying art, you're not expected to like know like the meaning to the artwork.
Keep moving.
Wait, he just died? Okay. I didn't even know where he was. So very low likelihood that my Lich is going to spawn here now. The case being that the Stalker showing up essentially makes it so that he's the only invasion that can happen. There is a very small possibility that I'll see my target again, but I'm pretty sure because the Stalker spawned, it's just very unlikely. Power and conflict. So what was taught in this module of yours? Oh yeah, like that, and I think that's the ultimate strength about poetry, is like there isn't anything set in stone. I think in being able to infer something plays a really important part in story writing. Like, yeah, it's nice to know for certain, but like when you're watching a film, right? When you're foreshadowing something, or you're trying to give indication of like trauma or things like that, you don't want to just spell it out, you know? Like, not all the time. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Especially if you're doing a long-running series, then you probably want to spell it out for the folks at home.
Area completed. Move on.
I gotta keep stabbing these guys because they make him angry when I stab them. Let's see. The collection of poems by people like Wordsworth, Percy, Shelley, Armitage. They're all very Britain-oriented. Give me an example. Give me an example. Because, like, I do understand that there's some locality to, like, all forms of work. Not just, like, artwork, right? Structural and otherwise as well. For instance, lots of people in Britain think that brick and mortar is still, like, the best way to design a house. And the American style of, like, prefabrication is just a fad. though a lot of the tutorials I read on commercial framing are British, so it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. The prelude. Okay, so the prelude is about the best way to build a house. Okay. Okay, okay. Fascinating. It depends on your intention, right? Because if you live on a fault line, right? Brick and mortar is really, really hard to justify in a new construction, simply because it's almost impossible to make them seismically stable. Like structurally, like seismically stable for when you encounter a large earthquake or any form of earthquake. Right? It's expected that like all your plaster and all that stuff is going to fall apart eventually, like because like, but as long as the house is still standing, you know, and you don't need to build a new house. So like there's pros and cons to everything, right?
Odds were against us,
The insulation depends on your, what was it called, grouting? Like the stuff you put between the mortar, right? For brick. So you probably also want to have insulation outside of that, because like concrete is typically a very hard substance, right? So it's gonna reverberate a lot. So you want probably some rubbers or some kind of acoustic barrier between your bricks and your walls. Oh, between each brick and between the brick wall and like your inside wall, right? Well, like there's a certain value proposition with high density homes, right? Because if you want your city to grow fast, you want high density homes, and if you want high density homes, you want to be able to like make a bunch of them. I think it's awful personally. I think it's really annoying personally, but there's there's a certain necessity. I don't appreciate it myself, 100%. I would rather like I think urban sprawl is a problem, but I also think that
you are here on
you kind of lose
capture and extract our target.
a piece of society when you
Synthesis scanner is detecting a potential
start to
search for traces of
like
target.
create mass, you know, mass multi-home complexes, and like there's very little unity in the people at that point. Is what I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Colonel.
Is that what a bungalow is? I thought bungalows were like flats. I could be wrong. Just as a reminder, everyone, I don't need these stabs for information anymore because I'm gonna be using an ool. But I'm just trying to piss off my Lich so he finally shows up without me using a challenge. Because normally he would have shown up by now. But he's also like 100% dead if he shows up. Anyways, back to poetry. Back to poetry. Prelude is about a guy who's on a boat. You should send the whole, like, if it's not a long poem, just send the whole thing. We can do a little bit of a analysis of it. That could be fun. Cause like I'm just chilling at this point, right? I'm thinking about getting a new PNG model at some point. Maybe make one, get one of those ready-made ones, as long as one fits like my aesthetic. Because this one, the one I'm using on Twitch, is a little bit on the youthful side. Okay, so it's a massive one. All right. Okay. The prelude is about a guy who goes on a boat. He goes to a mountain, but when he gets close to seeing how big it is, he runs off. So it's like the curse of anticipation is what it sounds like. Because before you actually encounter anything, right? Before you actually have any knowledge about anything, everything feels so small, right? Everything feels so insignificant until you have experience with it, right? But the closer you get to something, the more knowledgeable you become. And the more knowledgeable you become, it's not that you're able to better gauge what your relative ability is towards the task at hand, necessarily, especially if you're inexperienced to begin with, right? But it feels like, and I'm just talking out the wazoo, right? Because like I don't have very much context about it, but this off the top of my head, it feels like the less experience you have with something, the more overconfident you're going to be. The more overconfident you're going to be, the more like likely you're going to press towards a goal that you have no knowledge about, right? If that is the case, right, it's that mix of inexperience and growing knowledge base that makes you terrified when you finally figure out the scope of what you're actually dealing with. Is what I am going to guess at least some interpretations of the poem is going to be. I could be entirely mistaken, by the way. Like, I don't need to be right. Because, like, once again, you said it's a massive poem that's 2 pages long. Okay. I mean, humans experience it all the time, though, right? It's like, oh yeah, like a lion, I could take him, right? Like, most guys are like that, you know? But then when they actually experience a lion, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, this thing's actually terrifying, you know? But then if you have proper training and a lot of or a lot of experience with said lion, or with lions, then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, lions, I can take them. You know, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect, if you ever heard of that. I don't need to do this. It's just that initial bit of false confidence that you get is like what spells the doom for a lot of people, you know.
Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can.
So I don't feel like I'm all that far off based off of your description of things. I'm sure that there are a lot more facets to the story of the prelude? I'm like, clearly I'm not just gonna pull it up and read 2 pages of it right this second. It's a funny thing, like I think the whatchamacallit, the graphic that people use for the Dunning-Kruger effect is incorrect, because like they're referencing the wrong graphic, infographic for it, which is kind of funny. Because the Dunning-Kruger effect observes that, like, as long as you, like, yes, the initial bout of knowledge of something will, like, you'll have way too much confidence in it, but after you readjust, like, and it, you know, your experience with it grows, right? You're gonna start being more confident about what you're talking about again. I mean, you're a mod on both here and Twitch, right? So, I think, at least. If not, here, let me just see if I can mod you. No, I can't mod YouTube on using the software. Oh. He's taking a long time to show up for the second half. You can also just send it directly to me. How angry are you? He's fuming. He's just not showing up because he's a pansy. There's a defense. This is a spy. I don't feel like I need to do another spy right now. I'm gonna do a rescue. Oh, you're sending it. Okay, okay. I'm gonna read through all of these. I'm gonna try to narrate all of them in a moment.
A person of interest is in the vicinity. Search for the hostage and bring them home.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
So this is a little risky because I'm gonna have to keep the hostage alive as well. Does Switch do that? Interesting. It's not that long. You know what I need to do? I need to read some epics again. I'm not a big reader, mind you, but like, I don't know. Like it's interesting to see like what other cultures do with their poetry. Like Japan tends to be very short and sweet with a lot of their stuff because like it was a fad to do it. So of course, like if you make it something short and sweet popular, then everyone's gonna whip out like dozens of them. There we go. This guy's so screwed. There we go. Alright, we'll decide next week whether or not we're gonna keep him alive, but we're gonna spend the rest of the stream me reading poetry out loud. It will be really funny for me. Okay. So the question is, can I make it to the end before he dies? Yeah, he's fine. Alright. So I have a choice. Do I keep him or do I leave him? I'm going to put a poll on my YouTube. I'm going to put a poll on Twitter, and I'm going to see if anyone bites. If someone offers me like 1,000 platinum for it, I'll keep him and sell him. But I like this more for sentimentality versus like, do I want to keep farming this guy? You know. All right. So let's read a poem. Yeah, it's 4 paragraphs. All right, let's see. One summer evening, led by her, I found a little boat tied to a willow tree within a rocky cove, its usual home. Straight I unloosed her chain, and stepping in, pushed from the shore. Oh, okay, the capitals are line breaks. Okay. Let me start again. One summer evening, led by her, I found a little boat tied to a willow tree. Within a rocky cove, its usual home. Straight I unloosed her chain, and stepping in, pushed from the shore. It was an act of stealth and troubled pleasure, nor without a voice of mountain echoes did my boat move on, leaving behind her still on either side. A small circle glittering idly in the moon, until they melted away into one track of sparkling light. But now, like one who rose, I think I'm reading this wrong, but either way, proud of his skill to reach a chosen point, with an unswerving line, I fixed my view upon the summit of a craggy ridge, the horizon's utmost boundary. Far above was nothing but the stars and the gray sky. She was elfin. What? Elfin pinnant? Pinnas? I'm not sure what this word is. Uh, Lustily, I dipped my cars into the silent lake, and as I rose upon the stroke, my boat went heaving through the water like a swan. When from behind that craggy steep, till then the horizon's bound, a huge peak, black and huge. I should probably be reading this on Twitch. Okay. Oh, this is an extract. Okay. Let's see. As if with voluntary power, instinct. Oh, as if with voluntary power instinct, upreared its head. I struck and struck again, and growing still in stature of grim shape towered up deep, or up between me and the stars, and still, for so it seemed, with purpose and its own, and measured motion like a living thing, strode after me with trembling oars. Oh, did I read oars as cars? I think my eyes were just playing tricks on me. With trembling oars I turned, and through the silent water stole my way back to the covert of the willow tree. There, in her mooring place, I left my bark, and through the meadows homeward went in grave and serious mood, but after I had seen that spectacle for many days, my brain worked with a dim and undetermined sense of unknown modes of being. O'er the o'er my thoughts there hung a darkness, call it solitude or blank desertion. No familiar shapes remained, no pleasant images of trees, of sea or sky, no colors beyond colors of green fields, but huge and mighty forms that would not live like living men, or would not, that do not live. Okay, like living men, moved slowly through the mind by day and what? I don't see the line breaks on my end. That's all. By day, and we're having and were a trouble to my dreams. So basically, he thought he was the one. He thought he was tough stuff. He challenged something, and was confident in his ignorance, or due to his ignorance. And the closer he got, the more the more like you could see the more descriptive he became, the more darker the poem became. So he basically got a glimpse of it. Is like, yeah, that's not so bad. He got closer. Is like, shoot. And he got closer still. He's like, okay, this is too much for me. I'm leaving. And then after he got home, he's just depressed as shit, right? Because like this seemingly easy thing is so like the thing that he was so confident in was so beyond him, right? And like everything in his life is now like, how much else do I not understand? How much else is more daunting than I actually understand? How like what what do I and what do I know and what do I not know, you know? So like it's interesting. It's interesting. No, that's for sure. I think it paints very vividly, at least in the excerpt that you sent me, the steps that uh, a reasonable individual would have when reevaluating their value, right? Because we have this problem all the time, right? Where we're overconfident in something that we know very little about, and then when we start learning about it, it's just like, oh, no, no, nah, not gonna do that. You have that when you're hiking, when you're starting projects, when you're starting a career, school. Like for instance, lots of people when they enter the government workforce, right, of any country, they're just like, I'm gonna join the workforce and I'm gonna change the government for the better, right? I'm gonna change my country for the better. And it's such, once you get inside, it becomes such a daunting task that they become distant. They disassociate. They disassociate with that self of theirs, right? I feel like a lot of people, at least in the modern era, especially, they're taught to ignore this seated brooding and doubt that you've built over yourself. Like they're just like, no, like a lot of people nowadays are just like, nope, I'm still the best. It's just that the situation was unfair and it's not my fault. You know? And that's the way that I feel it. That's the way that I feel. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a nap. I did everything I wanted to do, I think. Like, I'm not, like, gonna do a lot of extra streams like this. It's just it felt like a reasonable time for me to do it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it. We'll decide over the course of the week if we're gonna keep my Lich or kill my Lich. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, and if you're watching from the future, do please consider liking, commenting, subscribing on the YouTube or following on Twitch. I am exhausted, and I think I should take a nap for the rest of my weekend. Yeah, I'll see you all Saturday. Ta-ta for now. Bye.